Well, so welcome back to another episode. Pretty much this week we're going to talk about why meal plans don't work and what to do instead. Okay. So we're diving into something you see all the time, people trying to follow these super rigid and very generic meal plans, hoping that they lose fat, only to end up like frustrated, hungry, or completely off track within a few days, right? So if that's been you, like put a one in the Zoom chat, okay? It, don't worry if it's not just you, but like everyone has been doing it. Like they'd search up something online for a free meal plan in order to lose weight. They stick with it for a while. Nothing usually happens because usually they're not personalized or they're not sustainable, right? So the truth is those one size fits all meal plans aren't built to work with real life. Okay, so they might look good on paper, like seeing a meal plan looks good on paper, but they usually don't last longer than a couple days or like usually a week, and then people start to hate it after. Okay, so here's the truth. Meal plans just seem like a shortcut, right? You could find one easily. Um, find one easily online if you just search up like fat loss meal plan, a 1,500 calorie meal plan. It's a shortcut, right? They usually end up being one of the biggest reasons why people give up. Okay. And in this call, we're going to break down why they don't work. And I'm going to give you three practical things that you can add to your day-to-day life that you can start doing today. And it's going to help you lose the fat and keep it all off. So here is why meal plans don't work. So meal plans don't work because most plans are copy and paste. Like, they're not personalized. It's like, you have your own job, your own schedule, your own culture, right? A lot of these meal plans are just cookie cutter PDFs with the same foods for everyone. Chicken, broccoli, rice, repeat. Okay. But you guys aren't just everyone. You got your own routine, you've got your own schedule, you have your own preferences, you have your own cultural foods, and you have your own different cravings, right? So a plan that tells someone or like everyone to eat oatmeal with egg whites at 7 a.m. doesn't consider that you even like oatmeal, right? Or it doesn't even consider that you're rushing to work at um at 7 a.m., right? And you don't have time to eat until 10. So when your meal plan that you find online doesn't match your life, it's gonna feel impossible to follow. And eventually you'll give up. And that's what I see a lot for a lot of women. Like they'll find like a meal plan just lasts for like a week and that's it. It's not just because you're lazy or unmotivated. It's just because the meal plan wasn't built for you specifically. Okay. So reason number two, yeah. Reason number two is most of the time they are all or nothing, right? They set you up for that all or nothing mindset. Like let's say you eat perfectly for 2 days, but then life happens. Like you go out for dinner with friends, um, you have some pizzas, or your significant other wants to bake cookies with you. Life happens, the fun stuff, right? But after that, suddenly you feel like you've messed up the whole plan. So you tell yourself, screw it, I'll start again on Monday. So the thing is, you didn't fail. You just hit a moment in life, a real moment in life, right? But the structure of these meal plans are so rigid that it makes you feel like one-off meal, like one-off meal just cancels all your progress, right? So with that mindset, it's what makes people feel stuck. And then they start binging again, or they start restricting again. And it's a non-stop cycle of just doing that for the rest of their lives, right? It's not sustainable. It's super exhausting. Okay. So reason number three, they're not sustainable, right? So even if you follow like a strict plan for a little while, that's not your goal. Your goal is for sustainability, something that's going to last you for the rest of your life, right? You don't want to just eat clean for a week or two just to lose a few pounds and then go back into your old habits, which is just yo-yo dieting, right? What matters is what you can stick to for months and years and probably for the rest of your life, right? Even when you go on vacation, even on weekends, even when you're sick and tired. Like a strict meal plan doesn't leave room for actual real life. You're just gonna get bored, you're gonna crave something else, or you simply don't have the time to cook five different meals in a day. And you eventually just give up. Not because you didn't want it badly enough, but it's because the plan was unrealistic. It's something that you can't really stick to for the rest of your life. It was too much, too fast, all in one go, and it's too rigid. Okay. So number four of reasons why meal plans don't work is they teach you nothing about how to eat. Like, yes, you'll have a plan, but you're not gonna learn anything from it. Like, you're not gonna yes, you have a plan. You could lose weight from it, but you haven't learned how to eat from it and like how to eat sustainably, like in a way where you're losing fat and keeping the fat off for the rest of your life. Okay, so you're not learning what a balanced meal looks like. You're not learning how to portion your carbs, your fats, or your protein. You're not learning how to navigate through real life situations like when you have a vacation, as I said earlier, or when you have an outing, or when you have a partner that just wants to bake cookies or bake some muffins, something like that, right? That's real life stuff. And the second the plan, like the game plan or like the meal plan ends, you're like, fuck, now what? Like it's like being given answers to a test without ever learning the subject, right? Like you might pass once, but you won't be able to repeat it. And that's why so many people regain the weight once they have a meal plan. They're just a temporary fix. It's not the real solution because the real solution is finding what's sustainable for you long term. Okay? So put a two in a Zoom chat if you're ready to hear the three things you can do for the rest of your life in order to not stick to a meal plan. So I'm going to show you these three things you can do instead. Okay. So number one, yeah. Number one is you honestly just have to eat the same thing you're already eating, right? This is why meal plans don't work. You're eating stuff you don't even like. So the first thing is you want to start with something you already eat. And seriously, like that's all you need to do. Like you don't need to overhaul your whole diet overnight. In fact, the meals you already make, your go-to breakfasts, your go-to lunch, your go-to dinners, that's the best starting point for learning what to eat and how to eat while keeping the weight off for the rest of your life. Okay. You just want to use that as a base. Okay. Why is this good, you ask? It's good because they're familiar. It's stuff you eat every day and you already know how to make them. You enjoy them and they fit your schedule because you're already making them, right? All we have to do now is just tweak them just a tiny bit. Like maybe we can add some more protein. Maybe we can swap it out with a healthier carb, something that's lower calories. Maybe we could just reduce the oil a bit, right? But you still get to eat the foods that you love, the meals that you love, just in a way to help you move towards your goals. Because like that's what makes it sustainable. Okay. So number two is you want to think. addition, not subtraction. So whenever it comes to even anything in life, when it comes to achieving a goal, you always want to think positively. I tell my clients all the time, good things come to positive people. Results come to positive people, right? When it comes to eating in a way where you're losing weight, you just want to add more rather than subtract. Because being restricted kind of like makes you not want to do it, right? But when you think about adding stuff in, you're like, oh shoot, I'm eating more, which is crazier. But I feel full too, but it's also low calorie, which is awesome, right? So stop thinking about what you can cut out and start thinking about what you can add in. Positive, right? This one's a big one. And most diets will make you feel like you have to take everything away, like no bread, no sugar, no fun. But when you focus on adding more things instead, like more protein, more veggies, um, more water, um, more fruits, right? You're naturally going to eat less junk food without even trying. Plus, you're going to feel more full, more satisfied, less deprived, right? And that's what fat loss is about. You just got to be eating more in order for your body to feel full faster, but also eating less calories as well. Volume eating, okay? So that mind shift alone about thinking about more addition, more positive, is an absolute game changer. Like you're not in a constant battle where you're like thinking, oh, what do I have to take out of my meal, right? You're thinking, how can I build my meal better rather than taking something away, which I hate doing when it comes to eating. I don't like taking food away, right? Think about adding something in instead, okay? And that's what's going to help you build better meals and fill you up and actually fuel your body, right? So something like, yeah, more protein, more veggies, more water. It feels less restrictive and more volume eating, right? More nutrients, right? So when you add more nutrients in, there's less room for junk food. Okay. So step number three, the final piece is you have to focus on structure and not strictness. Okay. So what I mean by that is you don't need to follow a rigid meal by meal plan, but you do need a rhythm, right? So a rhythm could be like eating around the same time per day. It could be eating around the same numbers of meals per day. It could be keeping consistent protein targets. It could be having two or three go-to breakfasts or lunches or dinners that are easy to make and satisfying to make, stuff that you actually like, right? Stuff that's like easy to make and super satisfying. That's what structure is, right? It gives you a reliable foundation, but it's also flexible so that you don't have to freak out if plans change or if you eat something different. And that's how you build a lifestyle. Like you just want to work around with what you have, start adding more, and have two or three in the back of your head where you know they're super easy. You know that they have a lot of protein. Um, you know what time of day works best for you to eat based on your schedule. You know what to eat. If you want to add your like I'm Filipino, for example, like you know how to add in your Filipino food as well, right? Because I hate taking out rice in my meals, right? And that's something I won't let go of. I'll eat rice every day, right? And once you know like how your body works as well, that's your structure. And then you got to work with that, and then you'll slowly have a rhythm like you'll know exactly what to eat. Okay? So just a quick recap. Step one, eat whatever you're already eating, but smarter. And you can do that by step two, adding more food. More protein for sure. More veggies for sure. More water for sure. That's what's gonna make you feel full and keep the calories low. Okay? And also you're gonna get more nutrients from these kinds of foods as well, right? Less junk food from that as well. Okay? Number three, you want to focus on structure And when you focus on that, you're going to learn more about your body, how your body works, how to eat. And then when you're focusing on structure, you don't have to be strict about what you're eating as well. Okay. And as I said here, when you build a structure, you create a rhythm that's flexible. So it even works when life gets messy. Okay. So recap for today's call. Any questions, by the way, in the Zoom chat? Just put all good if you have no questions, and then we'll move on. Sick. Okay. So recap for today. Pretty much, meal plans, they feel safe, but they're not the answer. Like what actually works is building a way of eating that actually fits your lifestyle, that fits your culture, that fits your schedule, right? Something that's sustainable, something that's enjoyable, something that you can do every day for the rest of your life. But again, in the future, you might get tired of it. That's when you start to add new recipes into your um, roster or recipe book, right? Something that's easy, doable, something you like. Okay. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, meal plans don't work. This is what I want you to do from now on. Look at your meals that you already have. Okay. So what can you do to make it better? To make you feel full faster? You can add more protein. Maybe you can add more veggies. Cucumber is a very awesome vegetable that you can add into a lot of meals, is what I've learned. Cucumber, broccoli, cauliflower. Cauliflower, especially if you're Asian, because cauliflower, there's a thing called cauliflower rice where it feels like rice, it doesn't taste like rice, but you kind of confuse your body to eating more veggies by breaking down the cauliflower into small pieces, right? Red peppers are good as well. Those are the usual things people go for. Okay. More protein could be adding eggs on the side, more eggs on the side. You can make those eggs into like those ramen eggs or those Korean eggs that are marinated in soy sauce if you want, right? Spice it up. What I do for myself is I boil eggs and just eat it with not soy sauce. I eat it with whatever hot sauce is in the fridge. Okay. Right now we're eating a lot of truffle hot sauce. Okay. Number two is you want to ditch that all or nothing mindset. And this is a problem with like a lot of ladies because they always have this all or nothing mindset where they're doing well, something happens, self-sabotage, and then they stay down. And I don't want to target the ladies, but I'm just saying that that's a pattern that I always see. You probably feel targeted, but that's fine. That's what a coach is supposed to do. Okay. But you want to ditch that so you can always keep on going up and you're never staying down. Okay. So ditch that all or nothing mindset, or else nothing is going to change in your body. Okay. And number three is stop chasing these perfect plans and start chasing actual better habits, right? Um, there's no such thing as a perfect plan that you could find online. It's all better habits that you discover on your own fitness journey, right? Something perfect for you, you're never going to find online. It's a long process of finding out what foods work best for you, finding out what foods are easy to make based on your schedule, based on your work, but also your culture as well. If you like rice a lot, if you like pasta a lot, rice, right, right. So, yeah. Anyways, if you need any questions, drop them in the Zoom chat. If there's no questions, put thank you, Ben, in the Zoom chat. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today.